right, folks, grab your coffee. We need to talk about Poland. Yes, Poland. That country you barely think about. But you should, because it's shaking up Europe. Is Poland quietly replacing Germany as Europe's new powerhouse? Sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. Germany's been the big kid on the block for decades. They've driven the EU engine with precision and power. Yet, here comes Poland, creeping up from behind like a stealthy ninja. Did you know Poland's economy grew over 4% last year? Enter Maria, a small business owner who's expanding her cafe chain. While Germany struggles, Poland's on a roll. How did this happen? Why now? Well, we're going to dive into the nitty-gritty details. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. So here's the thing. Germany, for the longest time, was Europe's engine room. But things change, and change swiftly. Enter Poland, a nation that's quietly turning tables. You'd look at Germany and assume invincibility, right? But cracks are showing. Meanwhile, Poland's GDP isn't just growing, it's skyrocketing. Is it surprising? Demand for skilled labor is off the charts. Take Jan Kowalski, a software engineer, now earning around twice what he used to as firms relocate. Germany's aging population also doesn't help, while Poland boasts youth. It's economics 101, supply and demand, but do we talk about it? Not really. And why? Good question. We focus elsewhere. Yet Poland is rising and Germany's watching. You ever notice how Poland, this once overlooked country, is now becoming the talk of the town? Let's dig deeper. So why? What makes Poland tick in this age of economic unpredictability? You see, Germany has been clutching its title as Europe's powerhouse, but slow growth and demographic challenges are like weights pulling it down. Meanwhile, Poland is riding a wave of economic reforms, government investments, and youthful energy. Jakub, a startup founder, said he's never felt this much optimism arriving home from his stint in London. That sounds like progress, doesn't it? Sure, there are still bumps on Poland's road, but the trajectory? It's upward bound. Let's dig deep into Poland's rise, a transition that's more than just economic. It's a tectonic shift with political implications we can't ignore. But why is Germany losing its grip? Did German policies become complacent, assuming everything's all right? You see, Poland's GDP is ramping up with growth rates other countries can't match. Even young professionals like Anna shift to Warsaw, looking for opportunities Berlin used to offer. The question is, how did Poland get this edge? Well, for starters, they capitalized on workforce education, boosting innovation. And when it comes to infrastructure, Poland didn't hesitate to invest big. So while Germany stands at a crossroads, Poland is zooming past without looking back. So, why is Poland slowly overtaking Germany as Europe's powerhouse? It all starts with resilient economic strategies. While Germany struggles with faltering growth, Poland's GDP continues to rise. Doesn't that shift the balance of power? With low unemployment and a booming tech sector, the country seems unstoppable. Yet, it's not just about numbers. Think about Anna, a young tech entrepreneur who found opportunities in Poland's thriving economy. Her success story isn't unique anymore. But with success comes challenges. Can Poland maintain this momentum as industries evolve? Or will external forces like political tensions put the brakes on? Only time will tell. So let's watch closely. Now let's dive into why Poland might be eclipsing Germany, which once seemed unshakable. Firstly, Poland's GDP growth rate has been remarkable. You might wonder why. It's partly due to massive foreign investments. Companies are setting up shop there, taking advantage of cheap labor and lower taxes. But there's another dimension. Jacek, an average Polish worker, notices how policies favor his employment. So is it all rosy? Germany, meanwhile, faces stagnation challenges, energy crises, trade disruptions, and let's not forget the aging workforce. So, when you step back, what's the larger narrative? Poland isn't just surging forward, it's capitalizing on Germany's stumbles. And that's remarkable, don't you think? So here's a thought. Why is Poland suddenly being talked about as Europe's new powerhouse? Meanwhile, Germany, the former titan, seems to be losing steam. Has everyone just forgotten how Germany was unshakable? Let's dig into the details. First off, Poland's economic growth rate has been quite remarkable. While Germany, dealing with an aging population, is not keeping pace. Consider the case of Piotr, a young Polish entrepreneur who sees opportunities more clearly now in Warsaw than in Berlin. See, European investments are now flocking more towards Eastern Europe because of lower costs and vibrant innovation. Poland's workforce is younger and, frankly, more dynamic than Germany's aging population. So what's going on here? Why are these roles reversing? Is it just economic cycles, or is there more? Let's figure this out. You see, everyone's talking about Poland's rise. But is it really outpacing Germany? On the surface, yes, Poland's GDP is growing. And yet, we have to ask, what's driving this growth? Well, the tech sector plays a huge part. Plus, Poland's education system is adapting fast. Yet, does growth last without stable politics? Germany, for instance, relies on social stability deeply. Society player. Jan, a local entrepreneur, believes reforms are crucial. Moreover, manufacturing is thriving. But let's dig deeper. Labor costs are still low. Then, exports are on the rise. And it's not all tech. It's also agriculture and renewable energy. Ultimately, Poland's momentum looks unstoppable. Still, can it maintain this pace? That's something we'll have to see. So what's really happening here? Why is Poland emerging as the new powerhouse in a continent that's long been dominated by Germany? Well, to truly understand this shift, we need to delve deeper into the economic forces at play. First off, Poland's growth has been fueled by a stable and well-managed economy. But can we really attribute it to impeccable management alone? Many argue it's a combination of factors. Germany, traditionally Europe's economic titan, is facing hurdles. And it's not just about competition. Consider Wilhelm, a factory worker facing unemployment due to offshoring to more cost-effective regions like Poland. Poland's strategic location, combined with skilled labor and lower wages, makes it attractive to investors. Ultimately, these nuances contribute to this economic recalibration. Is Poland's rise a natural progression or a consequence of Germany's missteps? We'll keep watching as we unravel more. Poland, a country once considered an underdog in the European Union, is now rising, swiftly catching up to the economic giant, Germany. How did this happen? It wasn't sudden overnight success, but a strategic maneuvering over years. So let's dig deeper. Germany's reliance on exports has been its backbone, while Poland capitalized on innovation and tech. Meanwhile, industry regulations in Germany have tightened. Enterprising Poles have faced fewer barriers, leading to higher innovation rates. A story that stands out is that of Thomas, a once small developer, now leading a tech unicorn. Moreover, energy independence has also been a game changer, where Poland invested wisely in renewables as Germany fumbled. So who will dominate? It remains to be seen. Let's take a deeper dive into this remarkable shift and ask ourselves, why Poland and not Germany? Some might argue it's simply economic trends, but that's just scratching the surface. Consider the political landscape, where Poland has surged with assertive policies and reforms. Remember Adam, a self-made tech entrepreneur. He is just one example of the millions benefiting from Poland's innovations. Meanwhile, Germany faces bureaucratic inertia and demographic challenges. So is it any wonder why investors are flocking to Poland? The driving force behind this momentum might make some skeptics pause, but the numbers don't lie. Incorporate the cultural shift as Polish cities become magnets for young talent, and you start to see a new dynamic Europe. It's not just about replacing Germany, but rewriting the story of Europe's future. So, here we are at the end of our journey, unpacking why Poland might be replacing Germany as Europe's new powerhouse. We've seen Poland's thriving economy, its booming cities, and its ambitious policies propelling it forward. But what makes this truly intriguing is the shift in perception, which many wouldn't have predicted just a decade ago. Was it just economic momentum? Or a strategic geopolitical play? Maybe it's both. Take Maria, a young entrepreneur thriving in this new environment, representing a broader shift. And Germany, might it be slowing down or simply evolving differently? So many questions, yet so few answers. As Poland strides ahead, will Germany find a new path? We've explored the landscapes, the industries, the people, and yet we're left with more questions. What does the future hold for these great nations?